Now, when you sit in any car, let's say any Toyota car, or most probably an Innova Krista or a Toyota Fortuner that has a diesel engine, you notice a certain button sitting next to the steering wheel or anywhere around the instrument cluster that says DPF. Now, what does that stand for? DPF stands for Diesel Particulate Filter. Now, in short, it's basically a filter that is placed near the exhaust that helps in the combustion and emissions of the car. Now, if I were to get into specifics, it is placed near the exhaust, like I said before, but in order to make sure that your car runs smoother, it basically collects all the soot particles and all the unwanted carbon emission particles that come out whenever you rev the car, and it collects them and burns them in order to make sure that you have a smooth ride. Now, a DPF is normally found near the exhaust, and in order to identify it, it is basically a honeycomb filter shaped, and moreover it is ceramic in materials. Now, why do we need this? Well, most probably that your car needs a lot of cleaning when it comes to diesel, as it lets out a lot of soot particles, and with the combustion of your diesel engines, it is most required to have that in order to make sure that you have a smoother ride. Now, in that way, we have two modes of regeneration, and regeneration takes place in order to keep the DPF clean. As a DPF can't really contain all the soot particles, it needs them to be burnt out, which is exactly why regeneration takes place. And there are two types. One is passive and forced. Now, the passive regeneration is mostly found in most of the Toyota cars and Euro 5 cars in order to make sure that you don't have to do most of the work. It is basically an automated regeneration method where the soot particles are soon burnt out when you keep the car in an ideal position, or moreover in a smoother ride from 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. Now, you notice I haven't told you the second method, which is why it is so important for me to emphasize on the topic of maintaining a DPF. Now, a DPF needs to be maintained thoroughly by professional cleaning, as much as passive regeneration helps you, you definitely need it to be cleaned perfectly before it becomes an expensive repair like most of your BMWs, which definitely don't need it, but they definitely have it when it comes to the Euro 5 emission tests. Now, that is where forced regeneration takes place. Now, as soon as your passive regeneration is done, forced regeneration is done by removing the filter manually and asking a professional to clean the soot particles, making it as good as new, which is exactly why DPF is so important in most of the diesel cars in order to make sure that you run smoothly, and moreover that you don't have yourself in most of the police stations out there.